Hello everyone, we thought we would give you a mad vloggy update on SuperGarage. They say you drive into it once, it's an accident, but if you drive into it twice, you might have meant to do it. That was good, man.
Thanks, mate.
Well done. Welcome. SuperGarage is looking a little bit more full than it was before after our little run around the shops.
Yeah, it's we're now in the kind of organisational stage of trying to work things up. We've had more deliveries that we want to go through with you as well, and this is a it's just an update of where we're at, really, more than anything else.
So it's a big space. It sounds a bit echoey because we don't have it full of cars yet. It's starting to get full of stuff, and that will change a bit. We've also treated the roof a little bit. We might do a bit more of that, but it's all working pretty well. There's also heaps of lighting, you may have noticed. So we went and chucked in a whole bunch of LED batten lights, which is a bit different to the other space where we've got the actual,
Yeah, filmy lights.
filmy lights. So it's a little bit different. It looks a bit different, but we've also got some of our stuff out, which is starting to look pretty excellent. So happy with how this is looking.
Yeah, now I think there's 4 more of these coming, so we could get 2 of these from in the Supercheap Auto store, but there are more of those coming. So the idea is basically that we have this whole wall of those, and while some of them are going to have tools, we're going to set the others up as parts cabinets. So you might just have fuel fittings in ones, clamps in the others, and basically as you're working on projects, pull this out. The idea of this space, the idea of it was that Marty and I could be working on stuff at the same time. Also, we've got friends that are working on cars and sometimes helping us with stuff. We wanted a space where we could all work together, like put some tunes on, have a barbecue, just work on stuff. So,
And in our other space, when we do have 2 cars, it's really, really squashy because you can put sort of one in the middle and one just inside the door, but you generally can't then open the doors.
yeah, and so because of that though, we need multiples of things. So there's a series coming up that we've been planning to do for ages, and now we can do in this space where Marty and I are going to be working on the same kind of car, same model at the same time.
And if you've got the book, you've got some idea of what that's going to be.
And there are a couple of those left. You can click on the thing and find out. But because of that, there's also going to be, we have to get multiples of things because we wanted this to be like a community space for us and our mates to come and use. So it's not a space that just Marty and I are going to be in, because obviously most of our videos are going to be shot in the Mighty Car Mods garage. But we do have friends that are like, I don't know, hoists are like utes. Like as soon as you got them, everyone's your mate and everyone wants to borrow it. But we basically want to have a toolbox each with all of our stuff in it, and then we want to have another roaming toolbox so when we got friends or professionals, because now we can get people to come in and here. In the past we might have had to go to other shops and get things done. We're trying to set this up so that when we're doing projects, we can call down an expert who's making gearboxes, engines, whatever, and they can come down here and use the space.
The first question you've got is, do you have a hoist? And the answer now is yes, even though for a very, very long time it wasn't. I'm just going to quickly show you something while he gets organised. So this is your standard, in Australia it's called Dexian racking, pallet racking. We had a slight fail that there's 2 different kinds, and keen-eyed viewers will be like, they're different heights, that's 120 and that's 140, because apparently there's like fakes, so just like wheels, there's fake Dexian racking, and we got stung because some of ours was legit and some of it was fake. But the idea is that you can put pallets of stuff, and there's a little walk-behind forklift that you may have already seen, that we can like stick pallets and things up there, which we couldn't do before. So if you had an engine or something arrive, it was very difficult to find somewhere to put it, and that sort of limited what we're able to do, and now that's going to make things a bit easier because you can put like heavier things and stack them away properly.
We got a lot of unboxing and stuff to do today, but first of all, we'll just go through some of the tooling situation that we've got over here. So we've kind of laid all of this stuff out, ready to go into where it has to go to. And like I said, there's multiples of everything. We want to have at least 3 setups of everything so we can have me and Marty and someone who knows what they're doing all here at the same time. So we'll show you some of this stuff first, and then over there we've got a massive unboxing to do because we've had a couple of trucks turn up with stuff. So we'll show you some tools, then we'll do an unboxing, and then we're going to talk some SuperGarage.
So what has started to happen is here, just laying out everything. So we went a bit crazy in Supercheap Auto, as you may have seen in that previous video. A lot of the time we did actually get 2 of each. At least 2, sometimes 3. We've also got some old tools lying around, secondhand ones we've had for a while that we're going to incorporate into the space so they're not going to waste. But yeah, started to lay this out so we can start to fill up toolboxes. We've got our main big red Toolpro box here. This one will fit all the EVA inserts, the Toolpro one, along with sort of laying out those sort of tools. And then we'll have the black toolboxes as well that will have multiples of things. And along here we've also got like magnetic part trays for the punches. That's sort of more like your hand tools. This is more your stuff you're using more occasionally, step drills and punches and pressure test kits. Just as we go down, we sort of get to the more specialised side of things, but they'll all need homes. The idea is if they're in rolling trolleys, you don't just have things lying around. So we've got, being that those Mighty Car Mods ones look so mad, and because we missed out the first time, now we didn't, and we've got a few of them, we'll be able to sort of find homes for that. We're going to label stuff so it's really easy for us and others to find.
Yeah, we also bought a couple of creepers. I know we had Marty's and my homemade ones. Mine's disappeared. Where is the kebab 5000? Is it gone? Your creeper? Is it gone?
I have no idea.
I don't know where it is, but I haven't seen it for a while.
Someone
But
must
anyway,
have stolen
so we got some of these. And of course, these actually end up being pretty much the most popular tool in the workshop. Everyone always ends up on these. And when, if we've got someone doing camera, they always end up sitting on one of those. So we don't have all of our paints and stuff like that, but we've started getting our aerosols together, mainly all of the WD-40 stuff, and particularly the specialist range, because we use the silicone, we use the spray and stay, we use the brake cleaner all the time. It is a good idea to get a dedicated and lockable cabinet for that. If you've seen Marty's and my home tours, we both got lockable cabinets for all of that stuff. It's good if you're using a communal space. It's safer, particularly if there's kids around or pets or animals. I don't know what an animal would do in a paint cabinet, but I don't know. It seems like the right disclaimer to give. So we've got all the WD-40 stuff. We're also, of course, going to be using all of our own Mighty Car Mod stuff. So we've got our earmuffs, we've got Mighty Mod's gloves, we've got our fender covers, which are new, which we're really stoked with them. Cable ties, of course, and the new Mighty Car Mod's measuring tape as well. So we're going to be able to use heaps of our own stuff. The other weird thing, when you're setting up a workshop, there's just heaps of normal kind of boring stuff that you need as well.
Yeah.
Like stuff to clean the sink and do the washing and rags and stuff like that. And of course, Solvol, which we have in our other workshop, and that's just a must, particularly that this place is nice and clean, so we're going to try and
all the walls are white, so hand cleaning is going to be a bit more of a thing.
Yeah, all Datsun white. But yeah, garbage bags, hooks, first aid kits, stuff like that. And then when it comes to all of our fluids, Castrol Australia, thank you very much, just sent us all of this. So we've got absolutely everything we need to keep us going for ages. It's Mighty Car Mods edition, which is pretty exciting.
1060.
And there is
530. Oh, so much. Oh, dude. Where's my Syntrax at? That's this. Is that this?
There's so much.
That's the best. Subaru gearboxes, people. 6 speeds.
We've also got to work out where to put all that. We don't know yet, like how that's
Yeah,
going to be stored, but we're thinking of basically putting it along here. In the Mighty Mod shed, we've got it up, and we kind of got to call up a ladder and get up there. We're thinking of just kind of stacking all of that in there.
The reasoning was also because the gap here is a bit shorter. You could put tools here, but actually it starts to get a bit squashed. So we're thinking more we'll use this for consumables and things you're getting to a lot.
Yeah.
Because we have more bench space than we originally thought. In my original sort of, hey, we should draw up and put a toolbox there. It just had this bench and nothing else, but actually we ended up with all that extra bench space.
Which is a really good thing, because anybody that has a workshop like at home, you would see, if you look at my workshop at home, you look at that video, it started off with one bench at the end and then one down this side, and now all walls are lined with benches. And when I'm in there working on something, they do get filled up with stuff. So there's those.
Oh, dude, there's these.
Now it's time to. Oh, actually, let's get to the unboxing in a minute. But first, let's get to these.
So we've got some essentials: a engine crane, engine leveler, a couple of different engine stands that we've accumulated over the years, and also this, which is a teardown bench. And this is particularly cool because you actually have a tub in here, and that catches all the oil and crap that falls in. So when you're pulling apart something really oily, an engine, a gearbox, whatever else, it all sort of creeps down through that hole and stops you having mad cleanup times. We also got a stainless bench, same reason, just a clean area if you're pulling an engine apart. So maybe you pull something apart here, put it back together here. This is quite heavy actually, and we'll probably have like a little vise. This will be more like fabrication up this end. The reason is it's away from the cars, so if you're like making a mess, you're potentially not putting grinding dust and stuff everywhere else. Yes, that's not compatible with assembling engines, so we still got to work some of that out. We've got a couple of vices to go in. We've got a stand for a grinder and a linisher, which is really handy. We've got an awesome linisher coming. And then a little bit of workshop equipment like a press, and also the stands that go under the hoist, which are really handy if you're doing exhaust and stuff like that. You can put stuff up in there next to you. And also we've got the gearbox jack, which is awesome for putting big heavy gearboxes into the car. This is stuff that's really hard to do on your back. So that is a game changer.
And then this here, which is awesome. We've been using that for years.
Oh,
that's
man,
unreal,
so
just for cutting up stuff, which is great. Martin, why don't we get into this? So Ryobi just sent us this shipment of power tools for the setup of SuperGarage. And first box, here we go. Batteries, batteries,
Oh,
big ones.
This is a new one,
which is awesome.
It's a cut-off tool, so basically, yes, it is like a little angle grinder, but it sort of gives you a bit more control, one-handed, good for like, you know, cutting lines in sheets of stuff, which is pretty cool. That's a new one, haven't used that yet.
Over here, we've got so many batteries, which is good because we are always running out.
Hopefully there's a charger.
And hopefully some bendy lights, Martin. That's what I'm pretty excited to see.
Oh, yes.
Something bendy.
One of my favourites. Brushless HP angle grinders, that's a new one. So I'm very keen to try that out. Excellent.
Awesome. Straight up brushless DAC.
There
Excellent.
should be two of them.
And there should be, again, two of both, which is awesome. This is a pretty mega unboxing here,
So
Martin,
good,
by the
man.
way. This is unreal.
Jigsaw. Oh. Don't use that much for working here, but it's very handy to have.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Right angle drill as well.
Oh, your favourite?
Oh, there they are. That is...
Ratchet wrench.
That ratchet wrench is the best thing that Ryobi sell, in my opinion. There is so much awesome stuff, but if you do not have one of them yet, go and get it. It's so handy. Even doing stuff around the house, that's awesome.
You can actually feel the difference if you work on a car all day with one of them. I mean, unless you're 18, then you probably don't feel working on anything ever.
All right, next we've got, to go with all the batteries, we've got the 6-port lithium superchargers.
HP.
Anything called supercharger is good in my book.
HP brushless drill. Smaller than the old equipment, but more torques. Two of them. So mad. Next one is this.
Oh yes, the rotary tool. I've been using one of them at home and that's been awesome as well. That's unreal.
Blower. Handy for blowing out workshop.
Is that a new one?
That's a new one.
Looks really little.
$80.
Martin, we are almost there.
Excellent.
Oh, you love that one, don't
I do
you?
love that one. For the tower file. So handy, especially when you're making stuff, plastic, wood, metal. Really, really cool.
All right, this here is I mean, we basically call it a demolition tool, but it's a reciprocating saw. Really good for cutting cars in half, which we have done multiple times.
Hot glue gun for putting cars back together. Hold this one. Pretty cool.
You go, Martin, take that. That's light. I don't know what that is. That one feels small.
This one.
This one here is cordless heat gun. Heats up really, really quickly. Comes with lots of different attachments. Really great for kind of using heat shrink and stuff like that, and also moulding body kits as well.
Soldering iron.
That's a new version as well.
Very,
as far as I
very
know.
handy.
All right, you got one little box. I got one big box. This is a pretty epic unboxing.
So good.
Thank you very much, by the way, to Ryobi Australia for sending us all this stuff to our workshop. It's something.
Laser distance measurer. Awesome, we're using that in here.
I have not seen this before.
What is
This
it?
is new.
Oh, mad.
This is a tripod work light. Have not seen that. Looking
Another
forward to
good
giving it a go.
Look at that, dude. That's just a mountain of
It's a feast,
80
man.
volt,
It's a
1 plus
feast.
stuff.
Can I just say something while we're on it? It might not seem like it's pertinent, but it is. All of this cardboard is going to a local recycling centre. So it will be turned into probably more cardboard. So maybe stuff that you buy will also be packaged in stuff that used to be this stuff.
Fun fact, pulp is worth a lot of money these days. That's why it's free to throw it away, because it's all recycled. Do you know why? I was talking to a friend of mine who actually works at a pulp mill.
Yeah.
Here's a story for you, being that it's on topic. Works at a pulp mill, and he said that this stuff is actually kind of hard to come by now, because recycling it, because it's so valuable. Why, everyone? Because everyone buys stuff online. It's all in boxes. There's more stuff being made. There's more packaging being made. Everything's done by mail, especially with pandemics. And so this is all recycled, which is why it's free to throw away, which is mad. So pull the plastic off, flatten it down, take it to the tip, throw it in the recycling bin. It all goes in a special section. It all gets taken there, it gets pulped up, liquefied, turned back into the mush,
Yep.
and then turned back into new boxes.
But if you take a truck full of this to the tip, and there is one piece of styrofoam in it like that, then they charge you for a full load, which is $80. So you got to make sure you clear that out. I don't know how it is in your country, but that's certainly how it is in here. Martin, we have a lot of setup still to do, by the way.
But we're getting there, because this is sort of the stuff we're waiting for. All the Supercheap Auto stuff, the Tool Pro stuff, WD, Ryobi. It's all looking good, man. That's a little update for you people. We hope you're enjoying seeing this series of setting it up from an empty concrete shell into, a very usable space is the hope that we can work on at least 2 cars at once.
Now, anybody that's ever kind of been in a band or started a business would know it's actually really tricky coming up with a name. And so we kind of went, what is it that we're actually doing? It's like we're setting up a little garage, and what do we want it to be? And you write down all these things, and then we're like, the word super's pretty cool. You got Super Cub, you got Super Turbo, you've got like places in Japan like Super Auto Backs.
Yes.
And we were just like, SuperGarage.
Super
It
garage.
sounds like a garage, but it's super. And for us, compared to what we have been using, it actually is super. And then we went and had a look, and supergarage.com.au, it's like, it was available. We looked at the ASIC register. SuperGarage as a business was available. It's like the name was there. And we're like, you can actually get the name, you can get the URL, and it's freaking awesome. And so SuperGarage is what it became.
And where would you take your Super Turbo if you wanted it to get serviced?
You'd go to
Take
SuperGarage.
it to SuperGarage.
Where would
except
you take
we
the
don't
Super Cub?
Service cars necessarily.
Yeah, we don't. You will be seeing a few more people around as well, just kind of in this space, because everybody, of course, is now going, can I use your hoist? And it is going to be a bit more of a communal space with other projects going on. So sometimes we might just come in here and see what's going on. It might
Teamwork
might be stuff that we're not
makes
doing.
the dream work. Is that like motivational stuff they talk about?
I think
Teamwork.
so.
Yeah.
I
So mates
think
will be
so,
helping
mate.
us.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
it's going to be good.
Pretty excited about that.
Anyway, there it is. That's SuperGarage for today. It's a pretty big space. It's pretty cool. Look at that. Anyway, there it is. See you next time. All right, Martin. Let's see what you got, man. Let's check your drifty skills. Here he is.